Welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. Today we're going to be talking about potted citrus trees, so stay tuned. I'm not going to be going over anything that's extremely huge in the growing of your citrus trees. However, there are just some little tips that I wish I would have known whenever I started growing potted citrus trees, and it would have helped my trees kind of grow a little bit faster. So behind me here, I've got a few of my citrus trees. I got my seedling here, I've got a Dancy tangerine, and I've got my kumquat. And something that I've got going on, it's a pretty simple thing, but it really helps out in the growing of your citrus trees. I've got these bricks underneath the pots here, and you can use whatever you'd like to kind of lift them up. But even if you don't notice it over time when it's raining and your trees are outdoors for the summer, the pots kind of have a tendency to sink into the ground a little bit, and what this does is inhibit the water from draining through the pots. And citrus trees are very hardy trees and they can put up with a lot, but one of the things they are susceptible to is root rot. So if you leave water in these pots, those roots are going to rot and you're going to start seeing the health of your tree decline, and there's really no going back from that. So increasing the drainage of your pot is going to be extremely important, and you can do that just by putting some bricks or maybe a couple pieces of wood underneath your pot and help increase that drainage. And the second tip that I want to give you guys is also about drainage, because I can't stress enough how important drainage is to your citrus trees, is that at the bottom of these pots, when you're putting that soil in there, you're going to want to put a couple of pieces of maybe broken pots over the holes. You could use rocks as well, some gravel. I don't really recommend doing that because it's going to really weigh those pots down, and when you have to carry these pots inside into the greenhouse or into your house, maybe into the garage, it's going to make those pots a little bit heavier, so I don't really recommend doing that. If you just break up a couple of those cheap clay pots that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot and put them in the bottom of the pot, that's really going to help increase drainage. And once again, you want to keep that root rot away, and that's just a tip that I wish I would have known. I dealt with some root rot issues on my plants. I lost a couple of citrus trees because of it, and I didn't know what was going on. So good drainage is key. Any way you can do it, increase the drainage of your pots. The third tip that I want to give you guys is actually a pretty big issue. You're going to want to be on a feeding schedule. When you first up pot your citrus tree and it has nice fresh soil, there is going to be nutrients in that soil. And so you're going to see some really healthy growth probably for that first season. But then as you're going along into your second, into your third year, you're going to really start seeing yellowing of the leaves, and that's going to be from a lack of nutrients. So if you can get a citrus fertilizer, it doesn't matter if it's a granular fertilizer or if it's a liquid feed, just read the back of the box and kind of stick to a fertilizing regimen, and that's going to make the health of your plants so much better, and it's also going to be key in the fruiting of your plants. And last but not least, I actually do something called foliar feeding, and I started using this little product called Super Thrive, and I'm not sponsored by these people or anything. I actually really just use this product. And at first, when I first started using it, I got a lot of mixed reviews. You know, some people saying, oh, it doesn't really work. And then some people saying, oh, it works magic, and I've used it for 10 years. So I just decided to test it out for myself. When your citrus trees start having a nutrient issue and those leaves are really yellowing or getting that interveinal chlorosis, start that fertilizer program, and that's something that's you're gonna see changes over time. But if you want to see quicker results with those leaves, you can do foliar feeding, and it's really gonna green those leaves up a lot faster. And all I really do is I come out early in the morning or in the evening when the sun is starting to go down or starting to come up. You just don't want that full sun hitting the leaves when they're wet, but all I do is I actually buy it this way because it's cheaper. If you buy it in this form, I think it's like $10 for a spray bottle. And if you were to use this, you know, every, I don't know, 2 weeks, and you're spraying it on the leaves, you're going to go through that bottle really quickly and the prices add up. But if you get it in this little bottle, all you have to do is mix a 1/4 teaspoon of this into a gallon of water and then pour it into your little spray bottle. It's a lot cheaper that way, because I think this is $10 as well, and it's going to go a lot further. I can promise you that. But after you get that mixed up, I just put it in this little spray bottle, and then I come out here every morning or in the evening, and I just spray the leaves like this. And I'm telling you guys, that is going to make a huge difference in the health of your leaves. anything that your tree is not getting from the roots, it's going to be able to get from this mixture, and all it is just some vitamins and nutrients for the leaves, and they take it up really quickly. But you can take it or you could leave it. This is just what I do, and I've seen some great results with it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and share with any of your friends who would maybe benefit from some of these tips that I've given. And thanks so much for watching, guys.